Ah, what a lovely day. Look at that clear blue sky and, a ring of fire and earth. And the sun. Yes. Anyway, hello everybody. Now, before I begin with this video, I want to say that it's likely that I'm going to be posting this on both the accounts that I'm involved in. So, it's Final Ninja Dog. Hello. But this is also going to be on Gaming Titans, since you know it's to do with gaming. So, hello, welcome to Gaming Titans. This is Final Ninja Dog. I'm trying to do both intros in one video. And today I'm showing you this plot on Creative. Now this server is known as Bobotropolis, and you guys may know it. I did a video about it near the end of summer, or maybe like a week before the end. Now I'm a very big fan of Avatar. I've watched all of the episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra, and I've also read some of the comic book series such as The Promise and Search. Can't wait for the Rift. So anyway, I made this Avatar plot a while ago, and I was really proud with it, and I wanted you guys to see it. So I thought that I'd take you for a little tour around the whole place, just to explain some of the things if you guys didn't know what it was from the video. So this is the 100 by 100 plots on Bobotropolis Creative. However, there are also 250 by 250 plots, which I'm using my one to build another big project on. However, I'm just going to go around and show you this 100 and 100 plot of mine. So first of all, we've got Avatar. Now, I tried to add lots of detail to him, but as you guys may see, he still looks quite blocky. And there was some things that I wasn't able to add to him, like I wasn't very good at the body detail. So he's got a bit of a six-pack or something like that, I think, so I couldn't quite get that in. But you know, I've got the 4 elements around him. You know, this is taken from an image which is from the last episode, when he's in the Avatar state, and he's chasing after Fire Lord Ozai, who's using the power of Sozin's comet to try and wipe out the Earth Kingdom. So, the glass sphere is his air sphere. He's also got a ring of water, which is inside of the air sphere, a ring of earth, and also a ring of fire. And you know, he's supposed to be like this. He's chasing after Fire Lord Ozai, so it's like he's chasing after me if I'm sitting here. And I split my plots into quarters and added a bit of each of the nations. So I'm going to take you around the 4 quarters, and also down there underground, because I added quite a lot of stuff down there too. So bear in mind, this is my plot, and I made the majority of this. I did have some help. So here we have the air quarter. This is the original air symbol. I kind of made the symbols into the original forms, but you may see the symbols of the 4 elements in different ways. Like air can sometimes be just like 2 swirls. If you look in the hallway to the air temple sanctuary, then you'll see the air symbols like that. The water symbol, it can also be, or has also been represented as the moon and the ocean, like on the front of the Northern Water Tribe. The earth symbol has sometimes been represented as a circle with a square inside it, and this can be shown on the Daily uniform from, you know, the Daily from Ba Sing Se, or the General's base, General Fong, I think. You know, his men made shapes that were circles with squares inside them and used them to attack Aang. And the fire symbol, it's been made slightly simpler than this one. If you look in the Dragonbone catacombs from the Avatar and the Fire Lord episode, then you'll see Zuko walks over to the statue of Fire Lord Sozin, and Sozin's holding something. It's like a circle thing, but it has the Fire Nation symbol in there. So he touches that, lights it up, and the door opens. So first let's look at the air quarter. Here we have a very nice airball field. You know, airball's a nice game for the animates. Aang was playing at the soccer. I think someone mistook this for the Redemption playing fields though. Not quite sure why. I guess it may be simpler for them. Like, it's understandable why they thought of that. Oh, the sun is going down, great. Well, oops, I'm a donator, so I'm going to control the sun, if I can spell day properly. Here we go. So I suppose these could represent the gates, you know, the east and west sides, and that could be like a forest or something, you know, deforestation, chop down, I don't know. Anyway, this is an air temple, and I made it to look like any air temple, but since we kind of saw the southern air temple first, I decided to try and base it around there. So I think the air temples have different colours for the roofs and the spiral bits. So this is supposed to represent the southern air temple. And here we have the place where the elders would sit. Now in the Avatar world, the elders would sit in a place preferably more to the ground with more plants around. But I had limited space, so come some slack. And there's nothing actually inside the air temple. Anyway, here we have the bison caves, where the bison would sleep. Do excuse me, I don't know why I have all of those things. So this is the bison caves. It's not very detailed on the inside, but it's supposed to look just like caves on the outside. So, you know, the bison go in there and sleep. Anyway, so that is the air quarter done. And if I can actually turn on fly, or fly, however, then it may be easier to get to the water quarter, but it looks like I'm already there. Guess I'll continue trying to fly. Anyway, maybe I shouldn't have landed in the first place. Maybe if I walk away from the plot, because this may be causing lag. If I walk away from the plot, then I'm hoping I can walk properly, and I should be able to fly. There we go. Much better. I'll try and bear that in mind. So, water symbol. We've got the gates, the entrance to the Northern Water Tribe. This is kind of like the inside of by the entrance. So this is the flood control area. Like you'd have waterbenders sitting up here, and they'd make the water fall back down, so the water in this area would eventually become level with the water in the rivers and canals in the Northern Water Tribe. Like we see this when Aang, Katara and Sokka and Appa just down there, waterbenders release the water and they start floating up, so they're level with the rivers and canals. And we've just got some examples of houses. Next part of this place, we have this area. Now this is the entrance. You may recognise it. It's the entrance to the Spirit Oasis. The Spirit Oasis in the Northern Water Tribe, you know? So we have a big oasis here, nice big water source, and originally I tried to keep it with the Avatar worlds as accurate as possible. So Aang and Yue and Katara walked along like bits of snow and then walked across the bridge. And here we've got the actual oasis part of it with Tui and La in there, you know, the moon and ocean spirits. That's the little gate that Aang meditated underneath to go into the spirit world. And here we've just got a nice little waterfall. Next we have the Earth Quarter. Now when I was designing the Earth Quarter, I wasn't quite sure what to include in it because, you know, there's lots of different Earth Kingdom villages that we come across. So I was thinking Ba Sing Se, but then that's quite big. So I tried to focus the Earth Quarter on Omashu. So here we have lots of different houses. You know, try to make it similar to Omashu because it's kind of like a mountain in the fact that it's higher at the top. And you know, there's the mail delivery system, so the mail has to go somewhere. You know, the mail delivery system is rideable. Aang and Bumi rode on it, so did Tara and Sokka. And we've got a little marketplace here, and this is a cabbage merchant's stall. Now, inside these houses, we don't have many guests, but we do have some in some of them. We have horses. I just thought that they would be useful for some reason or another. So we have horses. Where I landed. So, you know, I've named the horses and given them a nice house in Omashu. And at the minute we have about 5 horses. We've got Final Ronin horse, Ronin meaning Masterless Samurai, Final Samurai horse, Final Ninja horse, the first one to Omashu, Dinnerbone. If you guys don't know what Dinnerbone is, I believe Dinnerbone is a guy who works for Mojang or just helps out with Minecraft. So he's kind of like a staff or one of the guys who helps you make Minecrafts, I believe. And we also have Final Assassin horse. Now, I'm just, because my fly is off now, I'm just going to try and climb up the mail delivery system so that I can get to the top of the mountain, because there's stuff in there. I also thought that the Earth Quarter could be Wan Shi Tong's library, but the only part that is uncovered from the Wan Shi Tong desert is a tower-like place, and that looks a bit like one of the air temples. So instead I made a section of Wan Shi Tong's library down here in the mountain of Omashu. Now for those of you who don't know what this is supposed to represent, this is the planetary calendar room. So that's the moon, that's the sun. This is where Aang and Team Avatar and Professor Zay found out about the eclipse, which would render the Firebenders useless, or powerless, should I say. No, not all of them were useless. We had Zuko. He turned out good. There we go. My fly is now disabled, or enabled. But I'm probably going to disable it now so that we can test out the Omashu delivery system. The official Omashu mail delivery system. So, you know, people get their mail on time. You have to open your mind to the possibilities. And so you can virtually get from the top of Omashu, from like the central hub of it, to the bottom quite easily. Next we have the Fire Quarter. Now I think I may have to just teleport away a bit so that I can enable fly, so that I can fly around. Although I'll probably disable it sometime soon. So here we have the nice fire symbol. Looks a bit like a flower. And here we have the caves of Ran and Shaw. Now if you guys don't know who Ran and Shaw are, they're dragons, and they're the original firebending masters. Like the Sky Bison are the original airbenders, the moon is water, Badgermoles are earth, and dragons are fire. So this is the place in the Firebending Masters episode where Aang and Zuko are trying to find the true meaning of firebending. Like, the true way of fire. And so they go and get tested by the Masters. This is the eternal flame, which was given to man by the dragons. And they've managed to keep it going for quite some time. Now here we have the entrance to the Sunstone Room. And so we've got the celestial calendar. You know, the sun shines through the gemstone, and you can only open the door on the solstice. Now, although there isn't anything on the inside, I tried to make the outsides detailed, just like I tried to make the eternal flame detailed. I tried to make the statues for the dancing dragon, but it's a bit hard to make statues without a mod or anything. I mean, I'd have to use like heads and fences and all different kinds of blocks, and that won't look too good. Now we have the Avatar fan club. Now, this may be a bit of a spoiler, but you guys should have read the comics by now. Now, in the Earth Kingdom, there are various kind of fangirl groups around the kingdom who made like a little fan club for Avatar Aang. And I made an official Avatar fan club right down here in my Avatar plot. And you know, it's been very successful. So here we have the entrance. So, you know, you ring the doorbell, which is this one. You guys may be able to hear the doorbell going off. So they ring the doorbell, and the person on the other side should open the window and, you know, see if they want to join. You know, yeah, I'll open the door over there. So this is the inside. This is like the reception area of the fan club. Although the plot isn't quite complete, it's nearly there. I was thinking of adding a bit more later on. So, you know, you pull the lever here, the window opens. So now you can look outside and see whether people can come in or not. Now this is a bit of redstone wiring. This is a door which helps you to get out quickly. I've put another door, but this is just one which may be of use. Do excuse me, there can sometimes be bugs. So this is a door which can be opened and closed from the outside and the inside, and once inside it can be locked. Redstone wiring can be buggy sometimes though. There we go. T flip-flop power. I'll show you guys in a tutorial sometime. So that's a quick way of getting out, but we've also got a staircase down here to get into the fan club. Now, if we pull this lever here, we can open the door to the fan club. So, you know, the person who joins, they become an official member. You know, you want to send some posts, just shove it in the post box. And the post gets sent by water all the way inside the fan club. And this is the Avatar fan club. Now then, this is where the post comes through. We should be getting a delivery soon. As soon as the block lands on the wooden pressure plate, it will activate redstone wiring, which will make that piston move down, therefore cutting off the water because the block will be in the way. There we go. And we've got post. And as I said before, this is the door. Oh dear, this isn't the right place. I'll show you this place in a minute. But this is the door to the reception. But, you know, only I'm allowed in at the minute. If I just close the entrance, I'll go back out through that door. There we go. Now I'll just come through here. It can be laggy sometimes. It's not me, it's the server. Do excuse me, guys. There we go. See? Reception, do not enter. Now here we have some rules of the fan club. So, you know, some of the rules are similar to the rules of the server, but others are rules I've made up. It's good to make up your own rules. Here we have the meeting table. Now, as you can see, we've got about 10 seats, and if you look over here we have the members board. Now as you can see we have more than 10 members. In fact we have over 100. I'm not quite sure, I'll have to check how many we have. Like, I'll post an annotation or something, the actual number of people currently as of release of this video. So you know, if we want to have an avatar related meeting, we can't all fit on this table. So the solution is expand it. Here we go. Welcome to the expanded meeting table and Mod T flip-flop power. So we've got a button upstairs and downstairs which will control these waterfalls. Now this room reminds me a bit like a lecture room at a university or a college. And now we have enough seats to have our avatar related meeting. If it's a bit noisy, then we've got this button here. Did you hear that? That's just a little tune that plays out to let people know that we have a meeting underway. You know, and it kind of tells people to be quiet. So we've got lots of different note blocks here which make that tune. I think it's similar to the Zelda tune, like if you go to a secret room then it goes do 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 do, something like that. So I thought it was similar, but I had no intention of making the Zelda tune from for this area. So here we have the little I have no idea what that is, the lectern thing? I don't know. The podium. And these levers and microphones. We've got a nice table here so other people can sit and talk. And yeah, it's nice. So if we go back upstairs. There we go. Here we have a nice list. Now, I haven't been to this place in a while, so this this list isn't quite accurate. Well, it's not. It is accurate. It's just not complete. But I may have to work on that sometime soon. So excuse me. I made this place before the start of Legend of Korra Season 2. So I may have to work on that later. So up here we have a list of avatars that are known, you know, their names. And at the minute we only know like 7, but we've seen more, lots more. And up here we have the intros to Avatar The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra. It's like the opening sequence or credits. So you know how Tenzin says, "Only the Avatar can master all 4 elements and bring balance to the world." Or Katara goes, "But I believe Aang could save the world." Well, sometimes that doesn't quite, that doesn't really fit in here, because these are the kind of commentaries or speeches that Katara and Tenzin made in the first episode of Avatar The Last Airbender and Avatar The Legend of Korra, sorry. So, you know, we've got with Katara, she's like, "My grandmother used to tell me stories about the old days, a time of peace, when the Avatar kept balance between the Water Tribes, Earth Kingdom, Fire Nation, and Air Nomads," and all of that. And then we've got Tenzin saying, "When I was a boy, my father, Avatar Aang, told me the story of how he and his friends heroically ended the 100-year war." And yeah, so it's from the first episodes of each of the series, or each of the TV programs. Now here we have a map of the Avatar world. As you can see, it's a map of the 4 nations. So you've got the Air Temples, Water Tribes, Earth Kingdom, and Fire Nation. And I've listed some of the different places here, like the main parts of each of the the nations. Like, we've got the 4 air temples, the 2 water tribes, the 1 kingdom with all the stuff in it, and the 1 fire nation. And there's my head. Here we have a dragon egg. Now, it's the Ender dragon egg, but it is on display, and this is supposed to represent the dragon egg that Aang and Kuzon find. It's one of the comics, I believe. It's their old adventures before Aang goes into the iceberg. Now, are you guys hungry? Well, I'm hungry. Let's go grab something to eat. Here we have a nice kitchen. And this is a bin. So, you know, you can throw stuff you don't want in here. But I've done a bit of redstone wiring. So, you see this chest. Let's open it up and see what's in it. At the minute we have diamonds and some golden apples from previous demonstrations. But I want to store some of the stuff I've thrown away. So now I've got some redstone wiring in the background, so you guys might be able to hear it. And it should be taking the stuff that I've thrown in there, in that hopper, or in the cauldron. I believe that's the cauldron. Yes, the cauldron is linked to hoppers below, which is then linked to droppers and redstone wiring. So everything that gets thrown in that cauldron bin should get sent to this chest. See, there's the sign we threw in earlier. And so that redstone wiring is going to go round and round. It's going to repeat itself. So if I throw more stuff in that bin, it will appear in this chest in the centre. So let's turn it off. There we go. Whoops. So like I said, nice little kitchen area. We've got taps and some storage space. But you know, we can't put all of our food here. We have to take it somewhere else and store it. So let's put it in the larder. Now here we've got a selection of food and drinks from the Avatar world. So we've got food from Minecraft and what they're supposed to represent in the Avatar world. For example, emerald here is Genomites, rock candy. What else do we have? We also have some Arctic hen made up of raw chicken. Or some onions and banana juice from stew. Or fruit pie, which is pumpkin pie. Rice, which is sugar, lots of stuff. Or maybe some fire flakes, which are actually melon seeds. And that's the same with the drinks. We've got some mango juice here, but that is fire resistance actually. And we also have some cactus juice, which is milk. Now I can't remember where the mango juice comes from. I'll have to research it and add an annotation about the mango juice, because I can't quite remember where it came from. Anyway, here we have some chi enhancement tea, which is actually bottled in enchanting. Now the chi enhancement tea, sorry. This tea was given to Aang in the first episode of the 2nd season, when they were trying to find out a way to force Aang into the Avatar state. So they gave him chi enhancement tea and he went hyper. But he didn't go into the Avatar state, unfortunately. So we've got lots of different teas and regular juice. Here we have a library, which is supposed to represent Wan Shi Tong's library. You know, lots of books, lots of knowledge. And this is the symbol for the Order of the White Lotus, made up out of different kinds of wood. And I'd like to be able to fly so I can show it to you guys, but I'll just build up instead. That is supposed to be the White Lotus. You know, there's limited space, so I can't quite build what I wanted to. We've also got lots more books. You know, it's kind of identical. Now then, do excuse me guys if you think this is very long, but I want to go and show you guys everything that's in the fan club, because this means a great deal to me. I'm proud of what I built, plus there's more to see. So here we have the titles board. So we've given different people of the the server different titles. For example, I am the Avatar. We've also got a cabbage merchant who is actually one of the admin. Good friend of mine too. We've got leaders of different air temples or Air Temple Island, and we've got the original vendors, the nomads of the Earth Kingdom, like Chong and his friends. And you know, we've just got lots of a few titles. Yeah, it would be good if we had some other ones. Here we have a nice Pai Sho table, so you know you can play Pai Sho with friends. But remember, Pai Sho is more than just a game. Here we have a nice map of Republic City, because the first season of Legend of Korra took place in Republic City mainly, with the exception of the Southern Water Tribe, which they kind of started and finished the season in. So here we've got these fences and stone fence walls that are supposed to represent the city. We've got the Pro Bending Arena, the Avatar Rang Memorial Island, and Air Temple Island. This is a nice living room area, so you know you can play some Minecraft if you want. We've got the original game, or you know, the new launcher. Well, it's not new anymore, but the newer launcher. And we've got a TV, so you know you can watch some Avatar. Now we've also got the different signs along the walls, and they're supposed to be the songs of the Avatar world. And I'll get to them later. Before I go any further, I just want to go back over here, because we have some chests here. And in these chests are different kinds of leather clothes. And we've also got some weapons here, as you can see. So the dyed leather armour is supposed to represent the clothes of each nation. You know, you want to be an airbender, you might want to dress like an airbender. But you know, this is Minecraft, so we can't make the actual skin, like the actual clothes, unless we have the skin. And you know, some people may not want to change their skin. So here we've got the dressing room, so people can put on their clothes and see what it's like. And this button is also T flip-flop. Lots of T flip-flops. I'll give you guys a tutorial of it sometime. So you know, I'm the Avatar, so I might as well be an airbender, even though I'm a ninja. So I'll stand on this pressure plate, and hopefully I'm fully clothed. I have all the clothes on. I'm fully dressed. I am not naked. So that's the same thing applies with each of the other chambers. And you know, sometimes there can be a few bugs, but you know, all of the redstone is wired up correctly. So I'll just add this stuff back in. I haven't refilled it all yet. But the redstone wiring in here is very compact. I just wanted to show it to you guys. So you know, the pressure plate is down there, and we've got compact redstone wiring going to each of the different dispensers. I'm in the wall. I do. Maybe if I go up a bit. Too high. There. And so, you know, you can get dressed, look, play the part, look like you're of a certain nation. Now I'll come around and look at these songs later, but there's more to see. Now, if you guys didn't know what this is an amazing invention. It's the AFK fountain. Now, before you ask, what on earth does this have to do with Avatar? I just thought it would be a nice little addition to the fan club. You know, a nice little fountain, water feature. Anyway, here we have a pro bending arena. Now, you know, due to space, it doesn't have all the right holes for the water and earth and stuff. But, you know, we have the centre that raises up. So, and we also have a bug. I'll have to fix that sometime. So the centre is supposed to move up a bit, and so when it comes to the tiebreaker events and the coin toss, you have the people that are the same elements fighting. There we go. over here we have the redemption playing field. Now originally this was some redstone wiring, which was an element selector, and the whole aim of it was someone clicks a button and a zombie tries to chase a villager, but they're separated. So the zombie will try and get as close as possible to the villager, and eventually he will stand on pressure plates. One of the pressure plates will make a certain coloured wall pop up because of piston work. And whichever coloured wall pops up, that's the person's element. Regular wall is air, light blue is water, lime green is earth, and red is fire. But, you know, spawners are disabled in this server, so I made it into a redemption playing field. Now for those of you guys who don't know what redemption is, it's the made up game from The Great Divide that Aang said to try and calm down the two rival tribes and make them friendlier. So you know, I think it's the Zhans and the Gonjings, and their people from their tribes had a redemption ritual. The Gonjings had the redemption ritual, and you know, Aang made up a lie to make it into a game to stop them from fighting, so they went to Ba Sing Se as one tribe. Next we have a nice little spring. Now originally this was a hot tub, and still is, but I made it more like the spring from the Winter Solstice Part 1 that Iroh got trapped by Earthbenders in. And here we've got a nice map. This is just the area around the fan club and Avatar plot. So you know, this is the actual Avatar plot, and this is what it looks like from a map. So you know, we've got the air quarter here. You can definitely see the air scooter playing field, part of the air temple. You can clearly see the Northern Water tribe, and you've got the different houses of Omashu. You can't really see the, well, you can see the fire quarter quite reasonably well. I mean, that's the stairs to Ran and Shaw's caves. You've got that must be the celestial. No, not the the celestial calendar room, or the is it the celestial calendar? No, it's not the calendar. Sorry, that's the sunstone room. So I believe it's the celestial calendar. No, I'll have to search that up. It may or may not be the celestial calendar. No, that is the celestial calendar. The place in Omashu with within the library of Wanji Tong is the planetary calendar. Sorry, just had to check on that. So that's celestial calendar place with the sunstone room. That's the eternal flame, and you know that's Aang's head. So you know the water is his arms and head and stuff, and you can definitely see the ring of water around him, the ring of earth, and the ring of fire, and the ring of fire extends to the end of the plot. So let's look at some of these songs, or all of them. So there are multiple songs that have been sung within the series of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm not sure if there were any songs in Legend of Korra. So we've got the Fire Nation National Anthem, which was sung by a Fire Nation man in Earth Rumble 6 from the Blind Bandit episode. A Foggy Tribe tune, by Tho when he caught Opera Momo with the other Swamp Benders. The Four Seasons by Iroh. Leaves from the Vine. That's a good song. We've also got The Girls of Ba Sing Se, which Iroh sung in the Swamp episode. The Chakra song, performed by Six Arms Guru Patik. You know, when from Nightmares and Daydreams, when Aang was having a daydream about Opera and Momo fighting, you know, Patik was singing about chakras, whilst also handing out onions and banana juice. We've also got Secret Tunnel by Chong, the nomad of the Earth Kingdom. Don't Fall in Love with the Travelling Girl, another one from the Cave of Two Lovers. Don't Let the Cave Get You Down, Sokka. And Badger Moles, performed by Sokka and Chong. And finally, Love Is in Your Heart, performed by Chong. Chong was a musician. Now we shall go into this room over here. Now you may have seen certain parts of it. And now we are going into it. This is the room of the original benders. So we have the original benders of each element here. We've got the Sky Bison with nice little signs about them. You know, the Sky Bison were the original airbenders, and this is what Iroh said about air. You know, it's the element of freedom. The air nomads detach themselves to find peace and freedom. We've also got the moon, which is the original waterbender, and how water is the element of change, and the water tribes, people of them have a strong sense of community. We also have the Badgermoles, the original earthbenders, earth being the element of substance, and people of the Earth Kingdom being proud and strong, and also diverse. Well, I suppose the Earth Kingdom would be proud as well. I think Zuko said they're proud. And also we have the fire, original firebenders, which were the dragons. And also Iroh said that fire is the element of power, and the people of the Fire Nation had the desire and will and energy to achieve what they wanted. Energy and motive, I believe. Now here we also have, if I build up, because it's just not letting me, like it's preventing me from flying. Here we have a nice zodiac. It is the, just a zodiac that I made, similar to the one that's on my skin. But, you know, I made it out of fire and water. Just thought it would be nice. And these signs is the last words of Iroh's kind of lecture or teachings to Zuko from the Beta Work episode. You know, it is important to draw wisdom from different places. If you take it from only one place, it becomes rigid and still. Understanding the other elements, the other nations, will help you become whole. It is the combination of the four elements in one person that makes the Avatar so powerful, but it can also make you more powerful too. And over here we've got the last room. If I just make my way over. This is version 2 of the element selector. Now, I'm not sure how to explain it in a simpler form to you guys than it's like a quiz. So, it's kind of like multiple choice questions. Have you ever taken like a survey or something, and at the end they reveal something to you, like online, it's like, which character are you more like? Which element are you more likely to be a bender of? And this is kind of like that. So as you can see, we have 10 questions. I'll just go around and flick the levers as we go look at the questions. 10 questions. Each question has 4 answers, and you have to choose one of 4 answers. So we've got, what is your favourite season? These questions are related to Avatar and the 4 elements. So the original, more earthbenders are born in spring, more firebenders in summer, more airbenders in autumn, and more waterbenders in winter. We've also got a question about which you like the most. These are the original benders: Sky Bison, Moon, Badgermoles, and Dragons. And over here, question 3, we've got which word appeals to you the most. Now, if people would have read the signs from the room of the original benders, they would have seen what Iroh said about each of the elements. So, change is water, substance is earth, power is fire, and air is freedom. I'll show you that downstairs though. We've also got which you prefer: the sun, so you'd be more firebender; the moon, more water; the ground, the sky, air. Here we also have which word or words, in one case, which of them appeals to you the most. Also talking about Iroh's teachings, so you know, diversity, desire and will, detachment or community. Also, where do you belong the most? There we go. Outside, wherever the sun shines the most, near plenty of water, or anywhere that has lots of solid earth around. We also have which type of food you prefer, because you know, each of the nations had different kinds of foods, though the Earth Kingdom and Fire Nation foods were quite similar. Though, you know, the water tribes are more likely to like seafood, cakes for the Earth Kingdom, fruit pies for the Air Nomads. You know, I like fruit pies. And flaming fire flakes for the Fire Nation. Next we have, which is your favourite element, which is should probably be a simple question. Next, which are your battle strategies? Now this is quite an interesting question because it's related to each of the bending disciplines, but it will be harder to find the answers for these in some of the cases. It's only for those big fans that study the show a lot. So, in a battle, what would your tactics most likely be? So, hit with rapid punches, stop your enemy from attacking. That's kind of focusing on taking them off guard, breaking their stance. That would be fire. Avoid and evade, keep away from danger and then attack. And that would be Air Nomad's teachings. You know, Boomy said that to Aang when they were fighting in the King of Omasha episode. Redirect attacks against them. Water is all about turning your opponent's energy against them. And stand your ground and be unmovable. That's Earth. You know, you have to stand your ground and be unmovable like a rock. This is similar to question 7, so which of these elements would you rather be? Air, water, earth, or fire? Now, the redstone wiring for this is actually pretty simple, although a lot of people think it's quite difficult. Someone actually asked if there was some kind of randomizer to this, but no, this is the redstone wiring. Basically, each of the levers is hooked up to one of these sticky pistons, and when the lever goes off, sticky piston comes up, and I kind of count the total, you know, which coloured wall pops up the most, and that would be the player's element. And here is the results room. So here I would reveal to the person what their element is. Why did I just come through here? I did not want to do that. It's only because I've made effective use of the plot space. So on the other side of this wall is Wan Shi Tong's library. So I made good use of the plot so it covers the whole of the 100 by 100 plot. So like I was saying, results room, you just pull the lever and the block goes down and there's a sign there which will say the elements. And that would be the player's element. Do excuse me, I'm just using this compass to get around and it can be a bit annoying sometimes, something like that. Anyway, time for the last room. So this is where we go in and we can see what element everyone has got. Now not all 100 plus people have used the element selector, but a lot of people have. So you've been able to decorate the room of these walls of this room, and you know, makes it look nicer and also means that I've covered the whole of the plot. So I'm the avatar, I've got all 4 elements, and we've also got other players around here, including some moderators, admin, even owner is a member of the fan club, although he hasn't tested out the element selector. But strangely enough, whenever I say, whenever I talk to people about the element selector or mention about taking a test, someone would ask to do it too, and I'd say you have to be a member of the Avatar fan club to do it. They'll say, well, I want to join. So you know, that may not be a good example of fans joining the fan club, but you know, they want to take the test, they want to find out their elements, so they have to be some kind of fan. You know, they have to have a little, a significant amount of like towards Avatar, since it's so awesome. Now I just wanted to take this time to study the Avatar Aang statue. Now I wanted it to be kind of realistic, so if I change it to night, then you can see he lights up. his tattoos light up, and if you look at the image that I used, the water was kind of glowing a bit as well. So fire is light anyway, so I shoved some glowstone there to make it light up. The earth doesn't glow. But we've got Aang's arrows, his tattoos, which glow, and also the water has a bit of a glow to it. And also if we go to his back, we can actually see his big scar on his back, which is the main place where the Zula's lightning got to him. I think that was the way that the lightning entered his body, and then the lightning left his body through a scar, although he never had these scars originally. The scars formed due to the lightning, and this scar that is on his left foot, it's kind of like on the ball of it, like the ankle or something like that. So this is a scar on his left foot where the lightning left his body. And that is about it. Although Avatar Aang could have had some improvements to him, like he could have looked a little less blocky, but he's actually hollow on the inside. I mean, this is his face, these are his eyes, and this is basically how I made him glow. And, oops, I landed. So that's his belly button. We're now in his trousers. His arms are just up there. This is what his arms look like. And I had to make his tattoos bend round because I think that his tattoos are kind of almost connected to the tattoo on the back, but he had tattoos on his arms which kind of bent round his body, or bent round his arms, so it started kind of by the armpit, then bent round the side and along the top. And so now we're walking along Avatar Aang's hand, and it's a bit leaky. Think of that like blood, if that is any better. And we've also got his legs, slightly dark. I'll get some night vision on. On this server, splash potion effects are disabled, but drinkable potions, I believe, are still intact. So let's drink this night vision potion and journey down Avatar Aang's leg. Now his leg and his feet were the first part of his body which I made, and then I kind of worked on the rest of him and the 4 elements. And so that is everything. Although it's not complete though, like I said before, I was thinking of adding a nice little office just underneath the reception area maybe. But I wanted to do that once I had finished my big project on my 250 by 250 plot. And I'm not sure when I can do that, but hopefully I can have the office soon. And so that just about ends this this tour of the Avatar plot and fan club. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and this is going on Final Ninja Dog and Gaming Titans, so if you guys have any suggestions of anything else that I could add to the fan club or the Avatar plot, preferably the fan club since the surface of the plot is kind of full up. So if you have any suggestions, let me know of what I could add to this. And if you think I should go around and look at some other plots on Bobotropolis, then I suppose I could, because there are some plots which are quite nice. I mean, look at that cake over there. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this very long video, but factual and educational and maybe entertaining to an extent. Thank you and goodbye.